Well, hey, how's it going, Patriots? It's February 19th, 2024. We got a watermark. Today is day 1139 since FJB illegitimately took the oath of office. And we're going to be covering J6 news updates and chat. And Vigil number 567 in a row. Hello, Docs and Grandma, how are you? Hi, Lisa. Hi, Deb. It's a tie. Hi, Sylvia. The crocuses are blooming, I see. Nice. Finally, long, cold winter. And it's nice to see spring in here. It's nice in the sun here, but not in the shade. Got a beautiful day here in Pennsylvania. Hi, C for Freedom, and all you beautiful patriots. Amen, amen. Hi, Sherry. Got a notification. Hey, all right, man. I'm doing something right? Or YouTube, I don't know, whatever. I know I got, well, anyways, a lot going on. More craziness going on from our government. Long weekend thinking about what just happened to Trump in court there, and we all got to talk about Fanny's sex life for some reason on the national dialogue here. So it's clown world, another day of clown world. So I guess we could say it's day 1139 of clown world. Continuing. Clown world continues. So last night at Freedom Corner, had a good crew there. We're down to about 7 or 8 Patriots there, but hey, that's enough, man. Another day in a row, 567 days in a row. And that's not like the J6ers who've done 1,100 days in a row there, but it's something. At least we have to be ignored for 567 days. And still, Congress does nothing. Congress does nothing. They all went home again for a vacation until March or something. So last night, Dwight led us off in prayer. Nicole got on the microphone and let us know that Mickey will be back on Wednesday. And that the CPAC event in D.C. is getting ready to fire up. I think it's in, I don't think it's like right away. It's in a couple of days here. At least, I think it might start up tomorrow. I don't know. It's soon. And Sherry from Sapphire Patriot is counting on being there. And it will be fun to watch what she gets into, man. The whole purpose of the Freedom Corner Patriots going there is to bring awareness to the J6 issues and make everybody aware like they did last year. And hopefully people wake up and figure out their whole country's going to, you know, their whole idea of what this country is about to just flip upside down, man. And it already kind of has already, but nobody's like realized it yet. Try explaining to some people who are just clueless about what Trump is going through right now. And it's starting to kind of show through a little bit. The fact that Trump just got charged with all the New York case where they're fining him hundreds of millions of dollars and they're telling him he can't do business in New York. And they're fining his sons, then they're fining his attorney. I mean, this should be hair on fire time for a lot of attorneys across the country. You know, whatever happened to attorney-client privileges and stuff, man? Trump's attorneys are getting charged with crimes. I mean, I'm not an attorney, but I know something's weird about that. All right, Sylvia, CPAC is the 21st through the 24th. Okay, so that will be not tomorrow, but the next day. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. That sounds good. And that's a big kind of, I guess, call it right-wing event. Last year, there was all kinds of top-name right-wing video people there, and I'm assuming it'll be quite the same this year. Steve Bannon, I think Gorka was there last year. Yeah, right. Mickey, Nicole, and Sherry are going to be there. So that'll be pretty cool. That'll be pretty cool. We'll see what what kind of trouble they can stir up there at CPAC. Wake up the right wingers. Make them get up and do something. And I hope Mickey had a good couple days off, couple weeks off there. She was gone almost 2 weeks. And man, DC takes a toll on you. It really does. And it is a repulsive place to be. We would all rather be living our lives and doing things that we would enjoy doing, like planning a vacation or something, or just getting work done. But no, we got to be down there because nobody else will be down there bringing attention to what's going on in the DC court system down there. Taylor John Atakis was the first one to call in. And from inside the prison there, most of some of the guys have their cots, and it's on an outside wall of the prison, and it gets pretty cold inside there. You can feel the cold air, or cold just transmitting through the walls in there. So at least they know it's cold out on Freedom Corner there. And he was concerned about them, and just trying to see that they're making the best of it. Hi, Sherry Thomas. Thanks for joining us. Hello there, Julius. Good to see you, Julius. So we're going to get into some news here in a little bit. Taylor John Atakis was also talking about the conditions inside the prison have improved, and that's because of Freedom Corner. And he brought up, for instance, the other day when the heat system, when they couldn't figure out how to turn the heat on when it got cold originally this year there, it was freezing cold inside that prison, and the prison handed out over 1,000 blankets to the inmates there, not just the J6ers, but over 1,000 blankets got handed out inside that prison. So what he's saying is that conditions have improved for everybody in that prison since the Freedom Corner Patriots have been standing on that corner, and we get all our calls and coffee people to make phone calls in there, and apparently it does have an impact there. I do know that the calls do make an impact. It doesn't feel like you're having much of an impact just leaving messages on representatives' phone answering machines and stuff like that, but it does make a difference when you got 10, 20,000 people calling. The phone line goes down. They got to figure out what happened and try to figure out how that cannot happen again. So just hand blankets out, for crying out loud, to the guys, So these prisons are run privately, most of them. And these are just people that are ignoring the human needs of the inmates in there for profit, basically. So I'm proud to be bringing attention to those issues, because that's what we should be paying attention to. Every time somebody goes into prison, and we incarcerate a very high percentage of people compared to the rest of the world, and there's a whole family suffering behind each person that's in the prison somewhere. There's a kid growing up without a mom or a dad in the house. There is, and if we could have a dialogue on how to reduce the amount of people in our prisons, number one, we would save a lot of money housing these guys in prison. And number two, just figure out how to solve problems without just throwing people in prison like this, man. It doesn't seem that, for the longest time, drugs have been illegal, okay? But technically, there is no victim to drug crimes, but we've thrown people in prison long periods of time for like marijuana. And man, I mean, I can't imagine that worked at all. It's like the gun argument, okay? All these gun people want to make it illegal to have a gun, right? Well, that's what they did with drugs. They just made them illegal, and it made that problem go away, right? Not. So now they want to try the same thing over with guns and illegalize guns and say the whole gun problem will go away. And it doesn't work that way. It's illogical. It's an easy way out. And we're better than that, America. We can solve these problems in a better way where we actually get solutions that work. Taylor also got into, he was going to read a portion of a book by Ayn Rand again, but he got into a couple of different talks. The next subject he got into was how the U.S. money is nothing but debt notes. It's not backed by gold or silver or anything of value. And this government is just printing money like crazy, especially during FJB's administration here. And we're $34 trillion in debt. That's like $120,000 per human being, every man, woman, and child in America right now. And it's insane to think we're ever going to get out of that debt somehow without canceling the debts. And then Taylor also got into the New Deal, Franklin Roosevelt's New Deal, and how the government just prints money with the that's when they instituted the Federal Reserve back in that era. And that when you just print money, you're just creating a debt that somebody else has to pay eventually. And it becomes a master-slave system. We've been living under this system since Nixon, but, you know, it takes people a long time to wake up. And we had the advantage of the U.S. dollar being the main dollar used in trade negotiations and stuff too. That helped us out a lot, but that's about to end right now too, unbeknownst to 98% of everybody in America right now. Yeah, we got to keep after the prisons there, C4. I mean, we're going through an issue here in Pennsylvania where the prisons aren't even notifying relatives that people have died in the prison here. And that's a human catastrophe. It really is. It really is. Here's a link for Taylor's website, Peasant's Perspective website. He puts a lot of the stuff that he writes on there. And his wife Marie runs that pretty good. They do a really good job of getting information out there. All right, and we got a call from John George Todd III. He's a new J6er in there. We got to know him a little bit better. He's a carpenter. He's a bartender. He's a bar back. He's a working man with a 6-year-old son. And that's why he's a working man. He takes fatherhood seriously as a provider for his family. And he went to J6 for his kid. He saw that what happened on that election and said, hey, man, we got to stand up. We can't sit down and not do anything when we just saw an election get rigged right in front of our eyes. So he went and stood up, and whatever he did there wound him up in prison for with the rest of the J6ers. He's a new guy in there, so I don't know if you want to get some letters out to him for the folks that are good at sending out the letters. Okay, here we go. So John George Todd III's inmate number is 388351, and don't hesitate to write him a letter. He is still in the process of getting like a Give Send Go account set up and things like that, so that us patriots can donate to him for his commissary. He's waiting for some books to show up that some people said they were going to send him, some family members. But we're interested to know what books he might like to be reading. And he says he likes like those crime novels or something. But he said to hold off on that till he sees what comes in from some people that said we're going to send him some books already. So President Trump sends lunch over to supporters holding President's Day rally in West Palm Beach. Nice, man. Nice. President Trump, man. God bless President Trump. I don't know how he gets through all this stuff, but man, he is one of the toughest people I've ever seen in my life. Thanks for that link, Sylvia. And John George Todd, man, he's just a normal guy. Just a normal guy in his 30s, got a 6-year-old son now that's wondering where his dad is. How do you explain this to your kid if this happens to you? And he kind of touched on that too. And the boy just wants to know where his dad is every night. And how do you tell him, like, your dad's he's in a prison right now, but he didn't, he's not a criminal. This is a human tragedy that's going on right now. And it really pisses me off that more people aren't in an uproar about this, because this shouldn't happen in this country, man. Okay, then we got a call from Brian Jackson and Curtis Tate together. They were yucking it up pretty good. It was good to hear them just chilling out, talking about funny stuff. But then it came to the point where they were thinking they needed a call to action about the commissary again. So the commissary, Curtis was saying that some money appears to have been charged on his account, but he didn't get the commissary for it, something like that. So he paid for stuff he's not getting, and there's stuff that they're paying for and it's showing up like all damaged, like they'll buy a bag of potato chips and it's powder in the thing. And of course they don't charge you 50 cents for these potato chips. Everything is 3 times what it would cost at the 7-Eleven where you live. So commissary, they can't even keep commissary just above board down there at that prison, man. Yeah, I want to talk about these truckers too, man. I hope they're going to do what they're going to do, but I hope we don't just make them do it all, do all the heavy lifting again, just like the People's Convoy, man. These guys are going to they're going to lose money by doing this. But we can't just think, oh, Trump's going to come save us. Oh, the truckers are just going to save us. No. If there's an initial action going on in New York City, we got to get on it and back them up and figure out where we jump in to help out. Jeff Sable then called in after Brian and Curtis, and Chris Quaglin got on there for a little bit, sang the national anthem. It was awesome. And they were talking about how when Jeff Sable does the national anthem, they have a flag that they actually put up in there, and that flag was made by a J6er named Garrett Miller. And Garrett has made a couple of these flags, and they are cherished pieces of memorabilia from J6, that's for sure. So here's John George Todd's inmate number and the address that you can write to him. Be nice to send him just a letter, say hello. We're doing what we can. It's unfortunate you're in there right now, but we'll do what we can to get him out. And the action that we're going to have to do is looking bigger and bigger and bigger by the day. It's not going to be just make a couple phone calls anymore. Okay, here we go. So all right, so today's a holiday, right? Okay, and that was it. That's it for Freedom Corner there. I really want to talk about this trucker thing, man. So the truckers are saying, now I didn't know if this was all real information or if this was like psyops that they were saying that truckers are gonna do this, but it really wasn't truckers saying it. I saw like 3 videos 2 days ago, that these truckers were going to blockade New York, or not blockade it, but stop making deliveries to New York. And I do believe that this is exactly what needs to happen. And you let the New Yorkers fix the problem. Clean up the mess that's in New York City right now that is leached out into the rest of the country here. They have a rotten court system right down there and a bunch of rotten prosecutors and judges in there. These people are total tyrants. It doesn't matter what the law says. This case down in New York that Trump just went through was totally refused by lower courts and said, you can't do this. This isn't appropriate. There's no crime here. But this court plowed through anyways because they ran on that promise to get elected. And this is a total abomination of law and order that's just happened in New York City. So OTR trucker took his sticker off his semi. No more deliveries for him to New York. Without the New York sticker, you cannot deliver there. Patriot. That's right, K.A. That is right. Okay, FBI arrests Oregon journalist David Medina on J6 charges on Friday. More J6ers getting arrested. They're going gangbusters. Where's the opposition? Why do we just allow them to do this to patriots for 3 years like this? It's still no representatives are representing them. Nobody's gone down to check out their courthouse and see what's going on in there. No representatives have accomplished anything. There's been a lot of talk about stuff that has started happening in the last year. But still, this is 3 years down the road, America. 3 years down the road, and they're still arresting him. And this guy was a journalist. If anybody's got free speech, it's a journalist, right? And he's not the first journalist. There have been many other journalists that they don't recognize as journalists because they don't have a paycheck coming from CNN or NBC there. The Washington Post guy that filmed that there, he didn't go to prison. The guy for PBS didn't go to prison. None of the New York Times guy didn't go to prison. The LA Times guy didn't go to prison. And I've seen J6 reports from every single one of them people. They're not stopping. They are not stopping. Okay, Biden gets no respect. Albanian Prime Minister praises Trump while on stage with spineless Tony Blinken. This is how blatant it's going to have to get, man. It's going to have to get rude. I mean, if they're people are just chanting FJB, FJB at rallies and stuff now. And when if they put it on the news, they're miking over saying, let's go, Brandon. I mean, they're still playing that game. They're still playing that game. Yeah, right, small water guy. I haven't gotten this much lip service without being satisfied. Hey, Stormbringer, how's it going, man? That was a good show you guys did on American Patriot News this morning. Except for the troll. I don't know why you guys don't just boot guys like that. But anyways, you can block a guy in your own chat. You know, you don't got to read all his stupid comments. And that's what I just did on that guy. I don't know what his deal was, but he was pulling your chat away from the topic of conversations that the guys on the show were trying to talk about. But I got through it, man, and that was a good show, man. I really liked hearing about that. All right, and that's a great comment, Stormbringer. Thank you. Expose the truth. Let the New York City citizens see why the truckers are worth more than the politicians. This is a lesson apparently people that live in the cities gotta understand. Their elections are what is soiling the rest of the states. In every state, there's a big city. It's real easy to rig city elections because there's just so many people in these places and they're not making sure that their elections are secure. Yeah, a little patience is due. I agree. But I do like a clean house where we can just talk about what we're talking about with getting the static from a self-promoting troll in there. They just keep talking about themselves or about something that's totally off topic, and it does distract. And we can each run our streams differently. But a lot of times if there's trolls in there, and I get attacked by trolls, and it just sucks, I'll just get out. You know, I'm not going to sit around and get abused like that in somebody's chat. Yeah, that's American Patriot News. If you guys haven't found those guys yet, they're doing some great news reporting. They'll do a news broadcast, a live stream that you can get in on a chat. But if you missed the chat, they clip up their news stories into like 7 or 8 minute topic-oriented news videos, and it's really good. If you want to just catch up on news and see what they reported on, I like how you guys are clipping up those videos then too. After the show is over, and I'm putting out. Oh, here we go. Okay. Do you think you'll go to prison for your assault of AP? No, I don't. Do you think you're getting any brownie points there, George? Like, what are you doing? What are you doing, George? Why are you here saying that kind of thing? You're a child, and you need Jesus, and that's why you do this stuff, man. So we'll have patience there. We'll let George think he's doing good work, and look who you're working for, George. You are an idiot, George. You're working for a snitch, George. Do you like snitches? You know, do you like people that just tattle on people all the time? Do you like people that exaggerate things? Dumb sucker. Yeah. George is a dumb sucker. That's for sure, man. Hey, how you doing there, Ridgeline? So there you go, Stormbringer. Did you see that in the chat? That's what happens all the time here. All the time. Hasn't really happened to you guys yet. I hope they didn't hear me tell you the channel. Yeah, we got a pet, Ridgeline. We can just see what other stupid things come out of his mouth. Okay, all right, so, oh, here we got 2 pets. Okay, we got Sherry's Gun in here, another notorious idiot who named their channel Sherry's Gun to try to get Sherry in trouble, you know? I mean, come on, man. Come on, man, get real. Another Joe Biden ass kisser, and this is their channel. This is what they do for kicks, man. Oh, man, we got 3 pets. We got 3 pets. We're going to have to build a little habit trail for all you trolls to run around and play in. All right, we got the comedian. Oh, the comedian, yeah. We don't snitch on people. No, comedian, no. That's why there aren't charges the other direction in this whole incident, because we don't snitch on people. They self-exit. Ours, you can't embarrass our troll, Stormbringer. I don't know why, you know. It's a troll fest. Our trolls have no shame whatsoever. They just think they're doing this for, that they're going to get something for what they're doing, is what I think they're doing it for. They're all working for brownie points from the head snitch. Hi, Ferg. How are you? Ferg with the suckers. Here you go, trolls. Here's a dumb sucker for you. One for each of you. Go ahead. Hey, Boomer. How are you, man? Greetings from the village of Ninilchuk, Alaska. Oh, you got a troll sweater. All right. All right. We can get pelts from them, make clothing. It's just another upside down clown world in America when you got to deal with something like this, man. All right, so the truckers in New York City, let's not let the truckers do the heavy lifting here, all right? Patriots, you live in New York, okay? Do you like do you like what your courts just did to President Trump there? If you don't, you got to do something about it now. So, yeah, if you don't got a truck, if you're not making deliveries, the truckers are going to take a hit for this, because you know what's going to happen. They're going to say we're not delivering loads to New York City, and the companies are going to hire drivers who will go to New York City. They're going to take a big hit for this, just like all the truckers took a big hit on the People's Convoy for this. So if you're not a trucker, figure out what you can do to jump in and cause a little bit of civil disobedience in New York City, to make it such a pain in the ass to New York City that they fix the problem with that court, that they demand that judge is removed and that decision is reversed without Trump having to appeal it and go into a higher court. It's already been illegalized in the lower courts. It was an illegitimate court case from the get-go. And clean up your mess, New York. So if you're like a grandma going to a doctor's appointment in New York and you think this was an abomination, just drive 20 miles an hour to the doctor's office. That's all you got to do. Just tie up traffic. That's it. That's all you got to do. Take your time. Pushing your cart through the lines in the stores. All you got to do is just small little things of civil disobedience go a long way when you got 100,000 people doing it. Yeah, I wouldn't go to New York City if you paid me right now. I live, 2 hours from New York City. I don't go to New York City because it's such a dump. But here's where we don't let the truckers do at all. The truckers aren't going to come and save us. Trump isn't going to save us. This is what we've been hammering home every time. It takes us, we the people, we got to stand up and do something about it. We got to get down on phone calls, and we got to just make our voices heard. Make the J6ers' voices heard. Do not let these crooks get away with this rigged election in 2020. It was rigged. It was rigged. It was rigged. Drive out of the city and eat. There's a good idea. Don't spend any money in New York City. Make a reservation to stay in New York and then cancel it. Give them some trouble, patriots. Let's get Biden to quit. LGBTQ. I like that one. I've seen that before. Nice one, Ferg. Yeah, I believe in LGBTQ. Some nuts are whole and some nuts are cracked. Just figure out, patriots, what you can do to be a pain in the ass to New York City. It's easy. There's 100,000 different things you can do. Figure it out. Jump in where you can. Order things from New York City businesses, and then waste 20 minutes of their time ordering something from a New York business, and then go, oh, I can't find my credit card. There's lots and lots of things we can do, and it's called civil disobedience. You're not going to go to jail for it. That's right, Ridgeline. Trump said it 100 times. They are not just coming for me. They're coming for you. All right, looks like APN just dropped a video. I just got a notification. Your notifications are working, Stormbringer. I just got it. Yeah, who can afford to go to New York City, right? Civil disobedience, patriots. Martin Luther King. This is how we do it without a civil war. Okay, the New York governor, I saw this morning, told all the business owners they don't have to worry about getting into trouble like Trump. So that statement right there said it was a political hunt. Exactly. That is not what law and order is. And if it turns into this, the country doesn't want to go there, because that becomes a system of anarchy where whoever's in power can just sick the government and the Justice Department on anybody, on their opponents. And that's what's happening. That is what's happening to Donald Trump and anybody associated with Donald Trump. Peter Navarro, Steve Bannon, Roger Stone. They went after his whole circle George Papadopoulos. It goes on, and it's been happening now for a long time. But it's gonna turn into something real ugly if we don't put an end to it. That's right, man. Right, Smalley. If they can get away with this, with Trump, what do you think they will do to you? Exactly. What do you see them doing to the J6ers? Those are people in Trump's orbit. Those people are getting prosecuted because they were associated with Trump. This is Trump derangement syndrome on steroids. And I don't know if there's a vaccine for this other than pain. Okay, here we go. Thank you, Rudd. New York businesses speaking out and saying they are taking business elsewhere. Winner in lower states, and New York is a loser state. I mean, this is the pain that New York City is going to have to feel now. Their courts just did this. Who's going to want to go to New York anymore? Who's going to want to go see their Broadway shows? Who's going to want to go... What if you're planning a trip to New York? Cancel it now. Don't bring business to New York City right now. I'm thinking just drive 20 miles an hour everywhere you go in New York City. I mean, that's one way of doing it. That's one way of doing it. That will cause pain for sure. And you're not stopping on a highway or anything. Just civil disobedience. Walk slow. But don't get hurt. Don't hurt yourself doing it. Don't cause any dangerous scenarios. There's a lot of things that we can do. We just got to get smart about it. We got to think about it. What can I do? Don't let the truckers do all the heavy lifting. We need them. They will spark it, just like they did on the People's Convoy. But nobody else jumped in with them. Nobody. I mean, there was hundreds of cars that came down here and joined in with the convoy, but there was no pushback in Washington, D.C. at all. Because in D.C., it's a whole city of these people. Trump derangement syndrome. Never opened a business there, many moving out, and that's a shame. That is a shame that it's got to come to that. But these people in New York City got to understand that the people that they think they elected into office are not helping them at all with anything. They are making things worse. They're crashing their system in New York City. They're going to cause businesses to run. They're going to throttle the amount of tourism business that comes in there. That's right, K.A. Tell me I can't, and I will. Hi, Cleo. Good to see you. Yeah, if you can, hit like, share the link, and subscribe. I think that helps out things. Yeah. Bonnie, my grandmother used the switch on me one time. That's all it took, right, Bonnie? That's all it took, one time. And then you knew. You listened to Grandma. We're going through that with the grandkids and stuff now too. You gotta let them know that they need to listen to you, and they do need to listen to you because they are in harm's way if they don't listen to you sometimes. New York boycott, Boomer. That's what I'm saying. And even more than that, that's what we can do from outside New York. But, I think I'm going to go make a reservation at a New York hotel and then waste 20 minutes of somebody's time and then go, oh, wait, did you guys just charge Trump $354 million for a stupid thing? I think I won't come to New York now. I mean, we can do all kinds of that from outside of New York. Okay, so truckers tell Glenn Beck why they're boycotting New York City and standing with Trump. Okay, so today's a holiday, so we will see if this actually materializes, and I hope it does. And if it does, it's hit the gas pedal, patriots. Hit the gas pedal tomorrow if this is actually going down. I think there's still a chance, though, that this could be some type of the truckers were saying they were going to boycott Denver when they told Trump he couldn't get on the ballot, okay? And technically, this Trump decision in New York City is going to be appealed. So if the truckers do it now, I'd say jump on the gun and do it now. Put pressure on New York City right now. But we may want to wait until this goes through the appeals process. So I don't know. I'm up in the air on it, but I'm going to try to cause some problems in New York City right now. There you go, Priscilla. It's easy, right? Google a hotel. They might tell you immigrants that you can't stay in that hotel because it's full of immigrants. In which case, that hotel's making bank, man. I just saw an article on that this morning on, I think, APN. Trump's businesses were mostly New York City, but that was a state. Trump's got businesses everywhere there, Pert. Everywhere. He's in Vegas, Atlantic City, Georgia. You know, he's all over the world, man. It's not just New York. Okay, Fox News is reporting on the boycott. Okay. But today was a holiday, so I really don't know. And if Fox News is reporting, it's highly suspect. I think the Supreme Court ruled that he has to be on the ballot in Colorado and Maine. They were not legally allowed to take him off the ballot there. But if you remember, when that first came out, truckers said they were going to boycott Denver. And it became unnecessary to do that because it was a foolish decision. They all look like idiots now. And it didn't take a boycott. If we do a boycott with the truckers, I mean, it's an investment. It's a sacrifice. It's to be spent wisely. It is not some kind of off-the-cuff move that you just do. We have to be smart in our resources and how we fight against this deep state globalist hierarchy that's in this country right now. Okay, Shark Tank's Kevin O'Leary says he's done investing in New York. Good. I hope more high-profile investors like that come out and actually make a statement like that. And hopefully, New York will rise up and remove that Judge Ergodon or whatever his name is and tell him you messed things up for the whole city there. The corrupt judges are outing themselves. That's right, Boomer, and we're part of that. They weren't outed before we started sniffing around and getting phone calls from J6ers out on the corner there, right? And then they started going after Trump. There they are. They're outing themselves. They're shooting themselves in the foot, man. Boycotts work, right? That's right, Cleo. Like the Bud Light thing, man. Put our debt in their pocketbook. The New York State Supreme Court, not a New York City court. I'm not sure, Pert, what that means. Could you clarify, please? Yeah, I saw that. Canada's hotels are full of illegals, too. Oh, I didn't see that, Berg. I didn't see that about Canada also. Okay, New York took the bait. Wait for it. That might be the play, Bonnie. That's right. or Boomer, that might be the play, because are we jumping the gun by saying that there is going to be a big trucker strike, okay? Remember the convoy down to the Texas border 2 weeks ago, okay? Fox News and all the news said 700,000 trucks are heading to the border, okay? You see how they're blowing this up to try to make it look like a failed maneuver on our parts. So today was a holiday, so no truckers are going to be delivering stuff today anyways. But for 3 days now, the news has been the truckers are going to do a strike. They're going to not deliver to New York. So I'm still suspect that this is I don't know what you call it, a psyop thing, and that there aren't really any truckers going to be doing that. Nah, Pert, this is a New York City thing, man. Alaska's got migrants there too, Boomer. They fly in Chinese illegals. That's what I thought, Julius. It's New York City. This isn't this whole state of New York. We don't know what you're talking about, Pert. Okay, Colorado, right. The Bud Light is Anheuser-Busch, and they own practically all the other beers anyways. When we all boycotted Bud Light, everybody started drinking Modelo and Corona and all those beers, and they owned all those beers too. Okay, silly, right. Whether it happened or not, it's all about the optics, and it looks bad for New York City. That's right. Either way, it looks bad. But is this going to be like a psyop where they go, oh, the truckers couldn't do anything. They said they were going to boycott it, and then they didn't. I didn't order those gold shoes. I would not order those gold shoes. No, I'm not that guy. Bought his crud. Drink Yingling, people. Support Pennsylvania. The oldest family-owned brewery in America, Yingling. Yingling Golden is really good. Right, most truckers stopped going to New York a long time ago, so it's all like illegals or corporate truckers going there. Okay. So I've seen Pert in here before. He's usually not saying things that are true anyways. All right, Harbor, this trucker, Chicago Ray. All right, I was watching a video by him. I have never heard of Trucker Ray before. The guy looked way too muscular to be a trucker. As soon as I saw that video, that looked like Central Casting doing a video, and I didn't look up his channel and see if he's always been reporting on it, but that video from that guy was what got me thinking, wait a minute, is this really going to be happening? And I was led to think, like, there is no trucker strikes planned, but they got these people they're paying to make videos. So I don't know. That's the world we're in. That's the direction that we got to think when all this goofy shit's going on. Yeah, it sucks driving around here, even in a car. I can't imagine being a truck driver on the east here. Lion's Head and small breweries, right? Support your local stuff, man. I mean, there is so much. The beer and distillery industry has taken off, man. If you're still drinking like Bacardi or, Stoli's vodka, there's local vodkas. There's local everything in that department now. Okay, yeah, here we go. Show me some support, play Patriots, please. There's always stuff that I could be doing. Looking to make impacts. That's how it takes. It takes gas to get there. All right, K Aeros. My son works for Yingling, a great company. That's right, they are. And once again, when COVID shut down all the businesses this year, Yingling went over to make ice cream again, just like they did back in the Prohibition. They didn't lay off other people. They switched manufacturing and started making ice cream. An amazing company. If you want to read about a great American company, read about Yingling. Well, there's an idea. Anyone got a CB radio? Go on and listen to what's going on. That's a good idea. I could do that tonight. Yeah, careful what you see. Sorry, Bridge. I forgot you drink Bacardi. Sorry, Ridgeline. I like gin, and I don't know. There's just the local gin. There's like 3 distilleries here that weren't here 10 years ago that are making awesome gin. Yings and Wings, a PA staple. Oh, that's funny, Storm. Right, it's right, Colorado. It's Yingling. I still don't know how to spell it, but I know how to say it. Y-U-E-N, Gling. Shiner beer, Texas, right? All kinds of good locally made products, not just beer and distilleries, but all food, meats, cheeses, all that stuff. Yeah, Sap Bar Gin's good too. I like that, Nova. And I don't know, a gin and tonic it tastes so good. I don't know why you'd want to drink like a rum and coke there. Ridgeline. And that's the right idea, Patriots. Spend locally. Get rid of these globalists, man. We are funding our own demise by buying globalist products. Buy local meat. I mean, a lot of like local meat places don't exist anymore. There used to be one in every town. Now you're almost lucky if you can get a local butcher to do that. Captain Morgan's. Yeah, Nova. Gin and tonic. Why would you want to have anything other than that? It's the best. It's a health tonic, actually, because the tonic water's got quinine in it. That's like, it's got good properties to it that's beneficial. It's like a health elixir, I think. All right. Silly says, get serious. Talk about real stuff. WHO director is upset. Conspiracy theories may derail his global pandemic treaty. Globalism has got to go down. That is the enemy right there. The WHO, the UN, all these, when America went through that phase where they were setting all these entities up, they thought they were, they sold it to us like that was what we should do, The whole the whole saying, think locally, act globally. We got sold a bag of goods there that ain't true. The globalists are controlling things. They're buying up all the local stuff. We used to have mom and pop shops all over the place. Now some towns got nothing but a dumpy dollar store there, you know. Right, if you got a local butcher, Cleo, you're lucky. We got them here too. Molson's, Coffee and Bailey's. That's some good stuff too. That's a good, Saturday morning drink, I think. But we got to end the globalists. They're the ones that are taking away our local industries, for sure. They're the ones that are shipping our jobs over to China and Taiwan and, other countries. We need to be able to make these products here. I make my own limoncello. Ooh, I've never had that, Sylvia. Okay, so, let's see what this New York thing does. If they hit the gas, we hit the gas, is what I'm saying. And let's just see. Let's just make sure this ain't some kind of psyop to make us all look like idiots. Are the truckers really going to do that? I think the truckers are a little hesitant to stand up like they did during the People's Convoy, just because it turned into, yay, the truckers are going to save us. And it takes all of us, okay? If you see somebody making that move, jump in. Figure out where you can jump in and have a similar effect in the same direction, man. Yeah, the WHO in March is supposed to be voting on something that the United States will be obligated to follow. But we've come that close a couple of times, Lisa, to having that. Remember the Paris Climate Accord? And there was that other thing that Trump got us out of right at the last minute. Right when he got elected, he got us out of another one of those deals. The NAFTA trade deal. That's right, Bloody Mary's got a salad in there with it. Right, that's a health drink. We've got farmers markets. Support your farmers markets. A little more pain in the butt to go there instead of the grocery store. Or if you got a local grocery store, like here in Pennsylvania, Weiss Markets is a big grocery store chain, and they're based here in Pennsylvania. You're not giving your money to some foreign country when you shop at a Weiss Markets. Shop at a Giant, who knows where your money's going to? Weiss Markets stays in Pennsylvania. Smalley, you're all right, dude. The only thing I want to hear from the WHO is Pinball Wizard. Oh, I love it, man. That was a good one. You guys cracked me up, man. All right, I think we did our job here. They want us locked down, at least at all times, preferably. But we can't let them do that. We can't let them do that. We got this country. We want our children to grow up in a beautiful country with rights and a chance at life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Yeah, grow your own food. There's a lot you can learn. So much you can learn. And then you might not have to go to the doctor as often because you're going to learn the properties of a lot of plants. Because a lot of the weeds you pull out of your garden are actually good for you. Actually cure cancer and stuff like that, man. Yeah, I support the Amish whenever I can here. The Amish stores, they don't just sell food, man. They got all kinds of stuff. They got like, soap and toothpaste and grass-fed beef. It's really good. Grow some veggies in the window. There you go. It's therapeutic to have plants. It's work, but you got a little plant, you're taking care of it, you want to see it grow big, and you get something from it in the end. You get some fruit or something good to eat. All right, cool, Patriots. I think we got to what we wanted to talk about, this New York thing. If it fires off, we got to step in line right behind them, and let's see what happens tomorrow. And I'll see you guys all in the chat at Freedom Corner tonight. I don't think Sapphire Patriots taking a day off tonight, so I'll probably be in some of the other chats. Sherry did a live stream earlier today on Sapphire Patriots. She went to the Alexandria President's Day Parade, and it looks good. If you want to see something cool to watch, check that out. So in the meantime, Patriots, thank you for joining me here on 00 Jericho. And let's stay plugged in. Never give up. The victory is ours. This is Jericho. Over and out.